What's up everyone, this is a guide on how to complete the Art of the Trickster Tall Tale and where to find all of the journals. Before we get started, the timestamps are in the description. Also, you should have at least one completion of all the Tall Tales before this one. I've listed them in order with the links to my guides of each one in the description. Alright, to get started, head to Plunder Valley. Once you're there, go to the eastern side and look for the shipwreck. If you turn around, you'll see a campfire, the Tall Tale book, and Salty the parrot. Vote on the Tall Tale and let your journey begin. Salty will then begin speaking and the Tall Tale will be added to your map radio. So for the first step, flip to page 3 and 4 of the Tall Tale book. For this step, you'll actually be staying on Plunder Valley. Head down the middle of the island and look for that bird statue depicted on page 3. Once you find it, enter the cave across from it. Hug the left wall and you'll find a tunnel with a bat marking next to it. Go down that tunnel. Okay, so this room is where you'll be able to find the first journal and be able to solve the first puzzle. The journal can be found in the middle of the room next to the ammo crate. Be sure to read that. Alright, so for the puzzle, open to page 4 of the Tall Tale book. There you'll see 4 descriptions corresponding to the skeletons in the room you're currently in. The first description reads, "The Forsaken Captain points to fire and ash." This skeleton will be located next to the ammo crate and will be wearing a glowing necklace. Move the skeleton's arm until it points at the campfire across the room. The next description reads, "Hand in hand, two lovers face their destiny." These two skeletons will be located nearby the Forsaken Captain skeleton. Move their arms until they're holding hands. Now the final 2 skeletons are across the room around the campfire. Move the skeleton holding the tankard so that they are not drinking from it. Then move the skeleton with the mask so that they are wearing it. If nothing happens, then you might have made the same mistake as me. That is, the Forsaken Captain's hand wasn't pointing directly at the campfire. If that's the case, just move it once more and that should complete the puzzle. Once this puzzle is completed, a cage from the ceiling will descend. Grab the spyglass and the note from the cage. Now the next step involves completing 3 riddles on either Plunder Valley or Discovery Ridge. You'll know which island you need to be on by reading the first page of the new notes added to your Tall Tale book. For example, the second paragraph for me begins by saying on Plunder Valley. Here's an example of the notes telling you to go to Discovery Ridge. Okay, so as I mentioned before, you will need to complete 3 riddles. There are quite a few different riddles, and since I haven't gotten them all, I can't show you the solutions to every single one. But I can show you how to solve the riddles. However, if you would prefer to just have the solutions, then check out the link to Rare Thieves guide in the description. They actually have videos on every single riddle solution. Just scroll down their page until you see all the solution videos. Okay, so here's an example of how to solve your riddles. Again, your riddles could be different from mine. The right side page will show a small part of the island. The image will have the trapmaker's mark circled. That's what you'll be looking for first. So for my situation, I see a shipwreck at the top of the image, so that's where we'll start. By the way, the riddle itself is below the image, so if you have this specific riddle, you're in luck. So for the riddle that reads, "Cross the sea, now lost for days, I feel a red piercing gaze. Follow my path from the shipwreck." Once you find the trapmaker's mark, you can use the riddle to know where to look. The 2 hints that the riddle gives tells us that we're looking for something that represents being lost at sea and a red piercing gaze. Standing on the trapmaker's mark, you can now use the rum spyglass to match up the landmarks that fit the riddle with the eyes of the skull. The X below the skull will show you where to dig. Now just go to that spot and dig. You'll be given the next riddle, or if this is your third one, you'll find the trapmaker's key, which is actually a gunpowder keg. Once you've dug up the keg, be sure to run away from the island because there will be a series of explosions on the island that could kill you and destroy the keg. If that happens, don't worry, you'll just have to solve another riddle. Now that you have the keg, bring it to your ship. If you're on Plunder Valley, head to Discovery Ridge for the second journal. If your riddles were already on Discovery Ridge, then you're in luck. Once you're at Discovery Ridge, head to the top. Look for this wooden post with some lights on it. There you'll find some barrels and another one of the trapmaker's marks. On the barrels will be the second journal. Make sure to read it. Now for the next step, head to Sailor's Bounty, which is on the northwest part of the map. Once you're there, take the Gunpowder Key onto the main part of the island. Go to the center and you'll find this open area of the island. There you'll be able to find 2 torches. On the right torch, there will be an entrance of a cave. Before you head into this cave, you should be aware that there will be many traps. So be careful because the Gunpowder Key can actually be damaged. Alright, so here's my path in case you get lost. Once you reach the main room, set down the Gunpowder Key because now we'll be reading the final 3 journals. The 3rd journal can be found right next to this anvil. The 4th journal is found between these 2 workbenches on the floor. And the final journal is found right back here under the bed. Okay, now we can do the next step. Pick up the Gunpowder Key and place it on the holder in the middle of the room. This will start many waves of skeletons that you will need to battle. You can also use the levers on the walls to try and speed up the waves. Eventually a skeleton captain will spawn and you will have to defeat it. Well, that sounds like my ship getting attacked. If you want to see what happened, check out the link in the description. Anyways, after you defeat the captain, it will drop more notes and a totem. At this point, you should be fairly familiar with how the totems work. Here are all the totem locations. Once you've arrived at the location for your totem, open up the vault and head in. Then light the 4 corners of the table. At this point, you might be wondering why there is no puzzle and the back wall is descending. That is because this is no normal vault. Instead of solving a puzzle, you'll be fighting 3 waves of coral skeletons. This will begin as soon as you pick up the gem. Each wave will contain a guardian that will drop a medallion when you defeat it. Just place each medallion on the center table. Once you place all 3 medallions onto the table, the vault will then begin to open and you'll be able to exit with the gem. Now all that remains is returning to Plunder Valley. Once you're there, go back to Salty the parrot and hand him the gem. Now you should have all but one commendation completed. The final commendation requires that you complete this tall tale 5 times. I know that sounds like a lot, but you won't have to read the journals again for this tall tale since you should now have that commendation completed. Alright, there you have it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments or in the Discord. The link for the Discord is in the description. I hope this was able to help you complete this tall tale and earn you some new cosmetics. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos and live streams. I live stream right here on my channel nearly every Friday and Saturday at 9 PM Central. Come say hello. See you in the next one.